This is Russ. Let's talk e-bikes again. Now you might know that I removed a lot of e-bikes out of my home. Yeah, I sold a number of the bikes off and now there's only a handful of bikes in my home. And in fact, I think I'd like to move on another 2 or 3 if I can. Yeah, bringing the inventory down to maybe 5 bikes that I know that I will always have, for this coming year. And then of course, whatever review bikes come in for this 2026 season. So I was looking at the bikes and I was saying, am I going to be missing these other bikes? And I'd have to say, I think in my mind, I think I'm going to be missing it, but will I really be missing it? I think the answer would be no. Yeah, because many of the bikes, performance-wise are kind of similar. I mean, there's only certain bikes that have higher performance. And then I kind of thought about it. I said, so am I going to miss those bikes? Because, now I can't go very fast because my current inventory of bikes won't do like 40 miles an hour. I don't think I'm going to miss it all that much. Yeah, because I know that those bikes are heavier. It's taller. It's harder to maneuver, but it gives me the speed when I need it. I've never really used bikes like that for speed. I used it for just in case I need to get out of a situation, right? And that part I will miss. But on an everyday riding level, will I miss it? And I think the answer will be no. Yeah. Many of the bikes that are still left in my home happen to be 26 by 4-inch fat tire bikes or commuter style bikes, which of course are usually, I think, 27-inch by 2.25-inch tires, in that rough range, right? I think I would be happy with that. I do have still the Lectric Expedition 2.0, which is a 20-inch tire bike, but it is a cargo bike, right? So it's a little bit different than your typical 20-inch fat tire bike. But overall, I don't think I'm going to miss it all that much. I kind of thought about my riding style and what I really plan to do for this coming year. And I ride mostly on the street, as you know. I said, I think the bikes that I've decided to keep for a while will be sufficient. Now, I'm hoping that new bikes as they come in for review for 2026 will help take up the slack of some of the bikes that I've already moved on, because we'll bring those in, we'll do the reviews, like I said, and then after several videos with them, I will probably sell them, or I will keep it and move one of the 5 or so bikes that I might still keep, move one of those out instead. So it'll always be rotating something out of the inventory, keeping only a handful of the new ones and keeping the, let's say, 5 or whatever bikes happen to be as a standard inventory. So that would be fine, I think, for me. Then I thought about you guys. I said, what do people really want out of their e-bike videos when they're watching it? I mean, are you really more interested in just seeing all the new technology that comes out? Or are you more interested in seeing all the new bikes that are coming out? Do you want strictly reviews of bikes? Because I know there are channels that all they do is a review of a bike and that's all they do, all right? And then there's other channels like mine where I go out and I ride and I just talk, right? Because I'm just enjoying the ride as you would be out riding your bike and enjoying the ride. So what's most important to you? I want to hear from you about that. Are you okay with that? Where, I'm riding my bike, I talk a little bit about my bike, but then I talk about other things as well. This is how we actually started the Russ is Right channel. It was actually more of a experience of being out there riding and then talking about the experiences I'm riding. So I think I would like to do that more for 2026, but I'd like to hear from you if that's okay to do. Now, if all you want is e-bike reviews, we'll probably see very few Russ is Right videos because I don't get an e-bike every single week, right? There are channels that get an e-bike for almost every single video that they make. This is not the channel that does that, right? So yeah, I think talking about the experience is probably more important for me than it is just new hardware. Yeah. Let me know what you think. Now, obviously, we have to go through some new products as they come in. As manufacturers have products made, they want people to show it and they want people to talk about it. So maybe new buyers will end up buying, one of these bikes, and we will do that as they come along. Now, people have asked me too, why don't you ask people for bikes? Because usually I don't. I usually wait until to see what's offered to me. Other times there are people who will contact manufacturers to say, can you give me this bike for review? Would you like me to do that? Okay, put a comment. And if so, which bikes do you want me to review? Now, that doesn't mean that the manufacturers will give it to me or they won't. It's totally up to them. And I've never really gone out, searching for bikes to review. Companies come to me and ask me if I want to do it. And I decide if I want to do it or I don't want to do it. I still continually turn down bike companies. There are so many e-bike companies, you wouldn't believe it. I mean, there's so many. And many of them are bike companies nobody's ever heard of before. So they're new in the marketplace, or nobody's ever done a review on their bike before, so nobody's heard of it. So let me know what you think about that. Do you want to hear from obscure companies, or do you want to hear from the mainstream companies that everyone knows about? You just want to hear my perspective of that particular bike. So I need to know from you guys about that too, okay? And then I want to find out what kind of bikes are you guys most interested in seeing reviews on, all right? Are they 20-inch wheel bikes? Are they 26-inch wheel bikes, 24-inch wheel bikes, which we don't see a whole lot of, but sometimes they do come through? Are they commuter-style bikes? Are they folding bikes? What are you most interested in? Put a comment this time. Let me know what things you're most interested in seeing, okay? Then finally, let me know what you think as far as for this coming 2026 year. Are you looking for a new e-bike to replace what you have, or are you going to stick with the bike that you currently have? Let me know what bike you have and why you have that, because that'll determine, the future of how we approach bike videos for the 2026 season. Okay. All right. Anything else I need to tell you guys today? I think that's mainly it. I just wanted to at least get you guys thinking about it and talking to me as to what you would like to see. Yeah, that's important for me to know. Okay. Now, let's go through some other basic things that people have said. All right. Some people have asked me why I don't ride in the winter. Well, it's too cold for me. I can't handle it. I don't like the cold in the first place. It's one of the reasons I also went out to California, remember? They came back to Illinois. But yeah, I don't really like the cold. I don't like going out there. Even at 50 degrees, I don't like going out there. I don't think I've ever really enjoyed any of the rides that I rode at 50 degrees. I've done them in the past, but it's the cold wind that blows up against you that kind of stops you. Yeah. I mean, even for me, when I'm riding and I have my X-Needle helmet on, and I have the helmet liner on, and it's got like earmuffs on that. That helps a lot, but it's still pretty chilly. Yeah. So yeah, that's one of the reasons. And actually, one company asked me if I would do a review in the snow with their product, and I said no. I can't do it. You got to be true to yourself. You got to know what you can do and what you can't do. That's something I can't do. I just can't do it. Yeah, I don't go out in the snow. Yeah, I stay in and I hibernate. Now, I know some of you guys have gone out in the snow, and I know that some of the YouTubers that are friends of mine who have channels, they go out in the snow, but yeah, I don't do that. I'm too old. Yeah. And in 2 days from this recording, I'll be turning 67. All right. So yeah, I'm not going out there. Also, I tend to protect my knee, as I said. I could just imagine slipping on something and going down and then falling on my knee. That's not going to be good for me. I'm not doing it. So, okay, somebody asked me too recently about, riding in the rain. I think they were just asking about whether the bikes are capable of riding in the rain. Yeah, they are. I've been caught in the rain before. I was caught in the rain one time. I went to the Botanic Gardens, right? That's a 62, 63 mile ride, something there and back. I went about halfway through and it started raining on me. Well, there's no way I can get back home. I'm already halfway there. I mean, turning around and trying to race back home, I'd already be wet anyway. So I kept going. So I rode in the rain until I ran into a viaduct, and I get stuck under there until the rain stopped a little bit. Then I continued on. But the bikes, if they're rated for waterproofing, or water resistance. Waterproofing would mean you can dunk the whole thing in there. No, if they're water resistant ratings on it, it's probably going to be fine. But even so, I try my best to protect the display screen. I've been known to carry like a baggie, you know what a baggie is, sandwich bag, and then put that over the display and then have a rubber band and rubber band it down so that the bag can't go flying off by itself. Okay, I've been known to do that. I didn't have one with me at that time, but after that rain, I said, "Yep, I got to go do that again." Yeah, keep a sandwich bag with you, and then just cover that up. Really, what you want to protect the most is really your battery, and then also your display screen. The other parts usually can handle it, but usually if you get back home, wipe everything down. Yeah. Some people have asked me whether you can spray water to wipe it, to wash it down. Nah, I wouldn't do that. I think the spraying of the water is a little too powerful. It could be shooting it into areas that you don't want it to go into. So I think a good wipe down, use clean water, wipe it down, and then dry it all off. That's really your best bet. Yeah. All right, that's all I have for you guys for today. I just wanted to at least get your feedback on things that I mentioned, and put that down in the comments as to what's important to you. What would you like to see for 2026? And we'll see if we can make videos that'll match up with everybody. I know I can't satisfy everyone, but put your 2 cents in anyways and let me know. All right? Okay, hit the like and subscribe button. I'll talk to you guys next time.